Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a reading for mystics, other tarot readers, other intuitives, artists, and those of you who have spiritual businesses or who would like to have a spiritual business someday. And of course, if you aren't any of those things, you can also watch this reading too, because I wanted to just tap in for a minute for my fellow tarot readers and intuitives and creators out there with spiritual businesses. Wanted to tap into the energy for you and see where all this is headed and see what you need to know to help actualize your dreams, okay? And so for those of you that have not checked out my other YouTube channel yet, Power Moon Tarot by Natalie H, you can check that YouTube channel out too. The link will be in the description box below. And on that channel, I do love, romance, 18+ readings, fun readings, etc. And this channel is more fun readings too. Of course, we're always having fun, but the readings on this channel are more spiritual based, okay? And for those of you that are interested, I do have a couple of oracle decks that I designed myself, and I use them quite extensively on my other channel, Power Moon Tarot. And you can find a link in the description box of this video to look at those oracle decks if you're interested in purchasing them. If you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, details for how to do so are below. All right. It's so funny, as I started this reading, I feel like my right ear is a little plugged up, which is kind of interesting. So I want everyone here to tune into your intuition and pick the pile that is most calling to you. Now, you can watch more than one pile and be drawn to all three piles if you feel like it, okay? And because hopefully we can have some uplifting messages today for those of us who are in our community, who do readings, who put it all out there, who do our best to serve others and serve humanity and also get paid, right? Because it's a fair energetic exchange. So we have, for pile number one, we have the fairy stone, which I actually got this stone from the UK, and I found it on Etsy, and there was only one of them, and the seller sent it to me, and it's really interesting. She calls it a fairy stone. It kind of looks like, you know, like a watermelon or like a piece of fruit or something, okay? So, or maybe like taffy or like a fruit roll-up. Really interesting. Pile number one. For pile number two, if you're into the purple agate, you're going to choose this pile. And I love the purple with the black and white background. For those of you that are wondering, this is the This May Hurt Tarot. And it's a really fantastic modern deck, and you can find it online, not on Etsy, not on Google, but you can actually Google This May Hurt Tarot and find it. It's an amazing deck. Highly recommend for you readers out there. You will love it. And this is the Modern Witches Tarot over here on pile number three. And we have this beautiful piece of rose quartz for pile number three. I am so in love with this piece of rose quartz. I was like, oh my God. Usually rose quartz is not always my thing, but I saw this one and I was like, oh my God, gotta have it, okay? So those are the three piles to choose from. Pile number one, pile two, or pile three. And you can go to the description box below to click exactly on your timestamp. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Let's go ahead and do it, my lovelies. Okay, let's relax, take a deep breath, roll out our neck, right? Stretch our jaw, get into it. All right, pile number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the fairy stone here, this beautiful fairy stone. That today's reading is a reading for mystics, readers, intuitives, and artists. Those who would like to have a spiritual business, those who already do have a spiritual business, and just those beautiful creators out there who are looking to serve humanity. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you chose pile number one, Spirit, what do you have to say to pile number one regarding their intuitive abilities and intuitive business for those out there who have intuitive businesses? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, I almost said, actually, this, we're in the twilight zone, pile number 1, the void. Stop, embrace winter, the great cosmic womb. Okay, so some of you guys may feel like there's been a lot of emptiness lately, and certainly with the pandemic and everything that's happened in the last year, like socially, politically, etc., it has felt like the great emptying, hasn't it? It's just like when the bottom falls out, right? It's like taking a paper cup and trying to pour an entire thing of water into it and just watching the bottom of it kind of dissolve and flap open. Okay, so we are in the void, and you're in the void right now too, pile number 1, and you're being called right now to step up to greater levels of service because of the darkness and the emptiness and the fear that is in the collective right now, pile number 1. So, you know, you've probably had to face that in yourself and work through that in yourself too. And Spirit is saying there is that tiny distant light here in the middle, that tiny distant light that can pull us back and bring through what we need to know, right? And that's what you're going to be doing for others. You're there in darkest hour, right? Psychic protection around me now, a shield of gold, protecting me strong and bold. Okay, so, you know, it looks to me like pile number 1, like you guys have been around some darkness, or you've been around some really kind of questionable energies maybe, and you've needed to have some psychic protection. Now, you know, we're not here to judge. I mean, we can judge other people's energy, right? But we're not here to write a thesis paper on other people's energy and why it annoys us, right? We could spend our entire life doing that if we wanted to. It's just our job to put the structures in place that help protect us when needed. And, you know, I love the idea that, you know, we are actually very powerful, and that, you know, we don't need to be concerned if other people are cursing. I mean, you know, of course magic is a thing, right? But like, I've had people tell me like, oh, I hate you, I hate your channel, you suck, right? Like on my other channel, Power Moon Tarot, I've had people come after me, say things to me, right? And it throws me off for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing is that when you work for Spirit and your heart's in the right place, there's not really anything that can get you, pile number 1. Now, that's not to say that there aren't nefarious people out there and that you don't have to hold your boundaries at your job, with friends who are taking too much from you and where the relationship isn't equal. It's not to say we shouldn't defend ourselves, but I also feel that we don't need to spend a lot of time, you know, in paranoia, all right? Especially with people just throwing energy at us. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. All right. So people could be triggering you right now, pile number 1, and you're needing to kind of see that reflection. I knew the octopus was going to come out here, right? And the thing is when we get really tired and we have a lot of responsibilities and we're doing many different things, it's our psychic protection can falter a little bit, right? Because we may let people into our space that we wouldn't normally. We may agree to things that we wouldn't normally agree to because we're tired. In an effort to try to do it all and be it all, we may just, you know, let too much of that energy that we don't want or need in, okay? But this octopus energy is also talking about your ability to try and do many different things, pile number 1. Like, after you get control of your energy and you start to feel better physically, I feel like there's nothing that you can't do. There's many talents that you have here, pile number 1. Transformation, metamorphosis, synchronicity, and the expected. All right. Expect the unexpected, pile number 1. If you've just been going around lately, just kind of doing everything on autopilot, not really thinking about what you're doing, get ready for some new energy to come through. And you may see it watching somebody else's work, watching what somebody else is doing, especially if, you know, if it's a little triggering too. You may learn something there. Yeah, for you, it's all self-care, pile number one. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Absolutely. Do not act out of a place when you're real tired and your shields are down, etc. That's when we can start to just doing things mindlessly. I feel like here we have friendship. So some of you guys may need some psychic protection from friendships that you're in right now. And you may need to care more about yourself right now, pile number one. And we should always care about ourselves. But because this friendship card came out right under psychic protection here, I feel like you may have some friends that are very demanding of your time and energy, and you're going and putting out fires, and it's not really leading to anything. These people are not getting better. They're not becoming more reflective. They're not necessarily learning. And that's when it's time to pull your energy back and have some self-care. Now, it doesn't mean that these people aren't learning. I take that back. I mean, we are all always learning, right? But some people are wanting to learn the hard way or just wanting to have their own experience. And when that happens, pile number one, you just have to let them, okay? New love. All right. So this is a new love coming through for you, pile number one. Like, this is somebody that transforms the way that you see things. All right. And it's very unexpected. And whether this is a new love for yourself and more energy that you're putting into taking care of yourself, or it actually is a new love coming into your life that's going to help revitalize some of this. This is a recommitment to yourself is what I feel like, pile number one. This is a recommitment to loving yourself first. Whatever's left over, we can share with everyone, but we do have to love it. We have to fill our own cup first. The fall, okay? So something's going to happen in the fall, especially for those of you that have a spiritual business. This may really start changing and transforming for you. You guys, some of you guys here could also be meeting a boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other in the fall as well, okay? Or your relationship is going to go to the next level if you're already in one, pile number one. And things are going to change come, September and October of this coming year of 2021. Things are going to change, all right? So, rest up is what I'm hearing. Rest up. Go into the void. Go to sleep for a while. Care for yourself. Get some good rest, for God's sakes, right, pile number one? We have February here. So this is my You Won't Be Alone on Valentine's Day card. And I feel like this is a confirmation of love for some of you in pile number one. And either just loving yourself more or being more excited about life and really dedicated to your calling, or this is actually somebody new coming into your life. 311 on my clock right now, pile number one. We have the triple star grid, align. I connect and align with my higher consciousness, okay? When you do self-care and you're a friend to yourself, you are aligning to the higher conscious. You are aligning to higher vibrational energies, okay? And here's what, for those of you that have spiritual business, here is what is needed right now. I feel like some of you are going to be putting down new roots or finding a new place, all right, to live. Maybe for some of you too, to be in an environment that's more conducive to what you're trying to do. But I also feel like some of you guys are going to find some friends that are very supportive of what you're doing and very much cheer you on and believe in you and look forward to your success. I feel like pile number one. And, and I feel like you guys here with the sun and spirit, it's like your guys' relationship to spirit and to shining your brightest here is just growing stronger and stronger. As you really put down your roots and as you really self-protect, self-care, find friendships that really support you here, this is just going to help your business grow. And a lot of you are going to be getting noticed, okay? Like, with the sun here, it's like some of you are going to be growing in popularity, or your work is going to be getting noticed, or there could be something like, for some of you, I feel there could be a news article or something that comes out about something that you've done, that you predicted, that you looked at. There could be some, or another reader that kind of puts you on the map, that recommends you, that says this channel is really great. Whatever it is, I feel like you guys are going to have your moment in the spotlight, okay? And it's not fleeting success, okay? It's something that's going to take root and is going to establish you, I feel like, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to happen in the fall time of October 2021, and then possibly even next year, 2022 February is when I feel like you're going to be at the height of this, okay? And for you guys, it's really just your boundaries with friends or family that may be draining you. It's just those boundaries, and it's just your own self-care. And that's it. I feel like that's kind of all that you need here. Let's go ahead and read the triple star grid. And I just want to see, we won't read the whole thing. Agate is calling you to unite with the triple star grid that encircles our precious Earth Mother. Multi-dimensional transformation and higher streams of consciousness await you. You have the power to intentionally link into the electromagnetic halo of our sacred planet for clear cognitive messages. Claircognizance or clear psychic knowing is an intrinsic genius. Oh my God, I love that. Pile number 1, your intrinsic genius. Your spiritual growth is being accelerated so you can accomplish your higher purpose. Your stars are aligning and you are encouraged to balance your chakras for clear intuitive reception. It is your destiny to be service to the collective. Oh my God, I've got chills. I love it, pile number 1. I absolutely love it. I love the good things that are coming for you. The transformation is going to be intense, all right? And yeah, and look at the grid that you guys hold here. You guys are grid holders. You're the triple star grid, all right? And I feel like there's going to be 2 important people that you come across in the next months leading up to October of 2021 that are going to help shift and transform things. And I feel like new friendships are on the horizon for you as well, pile number 1. I mean, you guys picked the fairy stone. There's a lot of magic in your reading. I'm definitely getting chills. I'm feeling the love. You guys are aligning, all right? So know that. Let's go ahead and see. For my creatives, for those with spiritual and businesses, tarot readers, empaths, mystics, what do they need to know? My artists, what do you guys need to know? I feel like there's going to be someone coming across your path who's going to promote you or put your name out there a little bit more. This is going to be very beneficial to you, pile number 1, and you're not going to feel like you're going to have to work as hard. I feel like a lot of you with the octopus energy, you've been doing a lot. You've had, you know, multitasking, trying many different things, working yourself really hard here. And the universe loves, you know, a hustler. I always say that. The universe loves a hustler. But at some point, right, it's just time to align. It's just time to shine, okay? And put down those roots. So what can you tell me? What is coming up for pile number 1, Spirit, with regard to their spiritual business or what they're doing here? Okay, so you guys are not, it's not in your heads. 5 of Wands. It's not in your head. There are definitely people who are not, you know, who would rather compete with you or who are jealous of you or who would rather show you up rather than support you. So during those times with the void here in self-care, sometimes we just have to withdraw and watch after our own energies and watch after ourselves. And understand that these energies are very fleeting and that people can't keep this up for long. There's a real sense of exhaustion, I feel, with this particular 5 of Wands. It's like, how long are we going to keep going like this? How long are we going to keep, you know, kind of do-si-doing, two-stepping with some of these energies? Yeah, Spirit is saying it's time for you to just kind of go off on your own for a while, pile number 1. Just kind of go off on your own and connect to your emotional well-being, connect to your guides. I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be meeting someone new, a new love. You know what? It's this February energy with this King of Cups here, all right? So some of you guys could be meeting a Pisces or a Cancer or Scorpio man or woman here, either for friendship or love. But until then, Spirit is saying you're wiser, you're better than this situation. All it's doing is bringing your energy down. It's time for you to go off on your own and do your own thing with the Hermit here. And you can't have all these distractions anyway, because a lot of this is just a shit show that isn't even yours to deal with. And you're going to feel much more emotionally balanced and a lot less crabby after you do that, okay? And, you know, yeah, you will kind of need to be on your own for a little bit here, but it's better than being in this shit fest, okay? And we have the Seven of Wands here. So I feel like some of these people who were really coming after you, pile number one, or really being upsetting with you, or I feel like these energies are going to become humble to you. They're going to realize, you know, as soon as you, it's like as soon as someone gets some success and they start building themselves up and taking care of themselves and having confidence, it's like all these kind of people come out of the woodwork and they're like, I'm sorry, you know. And, you know, and I think they're kind of putting their tail between their legs. I think some of you guys are dealing with some shitty Leos, or you're dealing, you know, and I mean, hey, like all, like any sign, like all of us, I'm a Taurus, I can be a shitty Taurus at times. But I feel like some of you guys are dealing with some egos here. You're dealing with some hubris and some egos and some people who would rather have you like bow down to them than actually defend yourself or take control, okay? And, you know, my message in all of that is get an ego, right? I mean, egos are necessary. They are absolutely necessary to draw a line in the sand, you know? And with the Sun here, it's like you guys can have an ego. It's okay. You can. You're not going to become like some of these other people I feel like that you've seen, right? Okay, pile number one. So Spirit's like, it's okay, like for you to shine. It's okay. Like you don't have to be always the one in the background. You don't have to be the one who's always taking care of others. It's your turn. It's your turn, girl. All right. There's a song called It's Your Turn, Girl. I love that song. I think like a drag queen sings that song. Yeah, it's a really cool song. It's from back in the day. It's called It's Your Turn, Girl. And they just kind of repeat that through the entire song. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so we have Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it's your turn to shine. It's your turn. And Virgo energy. You guys are very hardworking and you give a lot. And you have a lot of stamina here. But people have weakened you. I feel like pile number one, like your environment has weakened you a little bit. And that is when we actually do need protection. And more than anything, it's just like, you know, physical boundaries and, you know, technology boundaries, like blocking people, blocking emails, blocking, you know, phone numbers, etc. Like we have to do some of that blocking and tackling, and then we can ask Spirit to do the rest for us, okay? Cut the cords. Archangel Michael, come in, protect me, watch over the people that I love, right? This prayer position here, calling in Archangel Michael, right? Asking for what we want and what we deserve, but doing the blocking and tackling to help ourselves, right, is also what's coming through. And doing all of this and kind of clearing out these energies is what's going to open you up to new love. It is going to align you, and it's just going to further deepen you into your, you know, into your cosmic heart here. Pile number one is going to cause you to even shine. So what does pile number one need to know when they are reading tarot or working with clients or reading tarot for themselves here? Oh, the Empress, you're so gifted. Pile number one, you're so gifted. Come on, really? Look at you. The triple star grid, right? You are all the Claires, baby. And, you know, this card said that having that psychic knowing or just knowing something is a form of genius, okay? So you're super gifted, pile number one. And not only that, you're going to be super abundant and hardworking. I love the energies. I love the Hermit. And some of you guys are going to be working on your own for a while, because that's how you're going to be the most productive, and that's how you're going to keep your emotional boundaries, okay? And if you've been trying to do collaborations, I'm feeling like that's not really it right now. Maybe at some point, you know, and it's okay for you to like meet friends that are fun and be around cool people, but your work is deeply personal right now, pile number 1, okay? You guys are very gifted. That's a confirmation right there. What else, Spirit? What else? 3 of Wands, okay? So never get, I think boredom and stagnation is what irritates you, pile number 1, you know? And it's like you guys need to be constantly following your fire, okay? It's like you need to constantly be following your fire, and also too, Spirit is saying, look at what you've already done. Look at what you've already done. I feel like some of you may be a little bit restless with your business. You're like, I want it to grow already. Like you're staring at the flower that's coming up between the concrete, and you're like, freaking grow already, right? And Spirit's like, it's growing. You know, it's like, you guys want results. I can see that here. It's like you guys want to see the results, but Spirit is like, it's happening, okay? Hold tight, mama, hold tight. I love it. 3-3 here. I love the 3 and the 3 next to each other. It's like, hold tight, it's happening, okay? So let's see what else does Spirit want you to know. Be patient, right? Oh my God, right as I said that, the Knight of Wands is coming out, all right? And the Tower is on the bottom of the deck here. So I think it's important for you guys to remember that sudden crazy growth that's super unpredictable is sometimes like we think we want it, but on the other hand, it might be a bit too much, okay? And it may kind of put your world in a tailspin, right? So Spirit wants you to grow at the pace that, you know, feels good to you, especially with putting down roots here. And I feel like you guys are like ready to jazzercise it up, pile number 1. You're like, let's go, let's move, let's make it happen, let's get in there, right? And something in your environment is making you feel kind of pressured to hurry up and go and get it done. But I also feel like you guys are being very flamboyant in the way that you're going to express yourselves, very unique, very interesting. People are going to be drawn in. But I also feel like, you know, this Knight of Wands to me, I was talking about that crappy Leo energy around you, or someone with Leo in their chart, or somebody with fire in their chart that is just putting pressure on you right now. And for some of you, it's just your own self putting pressure on yourself. But if there is somebody in your environment that is disturbing your flow and your productivity and is putting a lot of pressure on you and is very disruptive, coming in and disrupting your central nervous system, Spirit is like, it's time to just push that aside for now, because this is a natural unfoldment. 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit, the King of Cups. This is you naturally growing into what is meant for you. It's not, you know, everyone else come in and overtake your energy, right? And cause you to get real scattered and chaotic. All right, so that's what I'm feeling, pile number 1. Those are the kind of people that you need to kind of block and tackle out of your energy field right now, okay? And if you have that within yourself, then you know, like if there's a side of you that gets frantic about your productivity, how much you're getting done, how much money you're making, like you need to kind of slow your roll on that. So, and actually take some time to reflect on how far you've come. Don't get caught up in the muck, okay? That is what I am getting for you, pile number 1. I loved your reading. I thought it was so great. Really loved your energy. Please leave me a comment. I love to read your comments, and like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, pile number 1, and you take care of yourself. We're gonna go ahead and move into pile number 2. I don't know if you guys have ever had watermelon LaCroix before, LaCroix, whatever you call them, but my God, it is the bomb. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple agate, and I love this purple, this deep purple with the black and white cards. Very deep, kind of gothy energy. I'm digging it, pile number 2, okay? So this reading is for mystics, tarot readers, intuitive, artists, those who have a spiritual business, those who want a spiritual business. We are going to talk about what's currently going on in your space, what Spirit wants you to know, what Spirit wants you to know about your craft, about the money aspect of it, and where this is all headed, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides. Please connect me to the energy of my wonderful pile number 2s. I'm getting the name Carla, a K or a C name or a Carla. Okay, it could be a Carla with a C, okay? But yeah, anyway, spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 2, please. I'm also getting caramel, like butterscotch caramel, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it, pile. I'm getting like those Werther's original butterscotch candies, all right? So let's do it, pile number 2. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, we have your star family. And actually, as I was saying that butterscotch kind of Werther's thing, I was thinking of like a grandfather or a father who might have those. So I think this is really interesting that this came up. You're part of a team of souls, call and support. So those of you that have loved ones that have recently gone to the other side, or you have a father figure or a patriarch from your family, or a grandfather or a father figure in spirit, like I feel this reading is really calling to you, pile number 2. And I just feel a lot of comfort. I'm feeling really held right now. I'm feeling really seen. I feel really precious in this energy. It's very sweet, pile number 2. So, you know, Spirit is saying call on your divine helpers, call on your star family, call on your soul tribe right now, okay? Because they're all around you. You don't even have to call them. They're already there. They're already connecting with you. It's just a matter of soaking in the feeling of what that feels like, okay? That's a huge revelation for me right now, because there's always that message for us as intuitives or readers or mystics to call in our support, our angelic guides, our spirit guides, our star families, right? But what does it really feel like to call that, okay? How does that really feel and resonate in your heart? Victory, baby. Ooh, I love this card. This is the card that I drew when I hit 10,000 subscribers on my other YouTube channel. So my God, pile number 2, like this is, to me, this feels like the Chariot. It's like the horses are coming. So we better run, right? Victory in a good way. That's a Florence and the Machine lyric. The horses are coming, so we better run. Run fast for your love, fast for your, right? I mean, now's the time. Strike while the iron's hot. Victory. I shall celebrate. I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise, right? Pile number 2. Love it. The more you know, right? Guidance. Look at you guys. All right, for those of you that have YouTube channels, you have tarot channels, your readers, like your guidance is superb, my darlings. It is superb. For those of you that are artists, where you're graphic designers, you're artists, you do some type of writing, etc. Like here it is. Here's your moment. It's right around the corner. We just got to turn the page, pile number 2. It says, you are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realm. Okay, so knowing that in our minds is one thing, but actually feeling that in our bodies, feeling that in our nervous system, feeling that in our heart, right? Knowing it as like a place of quiet confidence, right? When we're being guided by some of the highest masters and teachers and ascended masters, it's like knowing that in our heart, letting that wash over us and being calm with that energy, okay? Wow. Ooh, look at the peacock. Looky. All right, shaken bacon over here. I just want to read a couple of words on the peacock. I feel like there might be a few words in here that are important for you. Pile number 2. So let's see. I mean, this is showing up and showing out, right? With the peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, and assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It is easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. Yeah, okay, right? It's within, it's how we feel within, right? And this adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others. Oh my God, wow, oh my God. So the peacock is confident and kind when it's in balance, and I love that energy. And this is just talking about, you guys are a rare bird, pile number 2, 333 on my clock right now, hitting me with that Empress energy, okay? Like, you guys are a rare bird here, beautiful on the inside and outside, and you are being guided by some of the highest masters out there. So be confident in that, rest in that, know that that's true for you. We have forgiveness, redemption, rebirth, and regeneration. All right, so I do feel like, you know, I feel like you guys have some people on the other side or in other realms who were on this planet with you while they were alive, and, you know, they're really, they really seek redemption and forgiveness through you, is what I feel like, okay? And these ancestors watch you carefully. And I feel like some of them wish they would have treated you better, pile number 2. They would have been better to you. They would have done better. They would have been around. Some of them were not around or were absent, is what I feel like. And they now realize what a crucial piece of the puzzle you are for your entire ancestry, for your entire line of ancestors, okay? And I feel like some of them are a little regretful and are kind of looking for your forgiveness for some of the things from the past, I feel, pile number 2. Boundaries, firm boundaries are needed right now, right? Because the more successful we get, the greater we grow, the more people notice us, the busier we get, right? We need to have those boundaries so we can set aside and work, right? And also, if there is forgiveness that you're trying to work through in your life right now, pile number 2, this is just letting you know that it's still fine if you have your boundaries. It's still, it's in fact perfect if you have your boundaries, and like you should, okay? And trust. It is safe to trust in this situation, okay? So, you know, there may be somebody in your life recently, pile number 2, who's come back in and wants to apologize. And, you know, you're kind of not sure. And some of you guys may be questioning, should I trust this situation or not? Because I feel like it disturbed your peace in the past, and you may feel like it pulled you off track, okay? And Spirit is saying, like, you have boundaries now, and you know who you are and what you're doing, and trust yourself. Like, if you don't want to, you know, forgiveness is for you at the end of the day, right? It's not for this other person so that they feel better and they can sleep easier at night. It's for you, pile number 2. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Okay, so there is somebody, you know, here who's trying to apologize, who wants you to trust them again. But I feel like, yeah, you guys are like, I don't know, we're on different pages. I'm not sure, right? And maybe we can be like friends from a distance or something like that, okay? But a real message here. And I also feel like for you guys, just trust in your own uniqueness is another message that I'm getting here. It's like, you're not going to be on the same page as everybody else. You are a rare bird, okay? And that your rareness and uniqueness is what leads you to your victory. And so, you know, have boundaries with the people that you need to have boundaries with, but it's fine to be on different pages. We don't have to completely align to other people, and they're not going to understand everything about us, and that's just fine. We have January here, okay? So something could have happened in the month of January and that really made you guys reflect on a situation or look back to something from your past. And this person from your family or your friend group or a relationship could have really been on your mind during this time. Yeah, this has to do with the past, okay? and trusting that you know the truth about this situation, pile number 2. And the truth of the matter is that this is all for your benefit at the end of the day, right? It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I feel like with the Victory card here, we have Chariot energy, we have Cancer energy here, Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius energy. And, you know, it's like we have to let go of the past, and it's okay to listen to someone if they want your forgiveness, but at the end of the day, you know, what you let in is your business, pile number 2, okay? We have the Temple, the home. I no longer search outside of myself for home. Oh my God, what a beautiful message. And I feel like that so is in tune with the Chariot and Cancer energy too, right? So it says, this card, the Temple, reassures you that you do not need to seek outside of yourself to find happiness, peace, or refuge. Go within, find your inner sanctuary to feel centered and at home. Be mindful of where you may be placing conditions on your happiness. Like, once I do this, once I have this many, you know, subscribers, once I have this much revenue, once I've grown my business this much, right? Once I finally get validation and noticed from others, then I'll finally be happy, right? Spirit is saying no. A different location or another person cannot completely complete you because you are already whole, okay? So some of you guys may be moving, or you may have already moved and be kind of like, well, I don't know if I like it here. I'm not sure if this is what I really wanted to do. Now I'm kind of regretting it. Okay, and Spirit is saying it doesn't really matter your location or another person cannot complete you because you're already whole. Desperately searching for a new home, workplace, or lover to completely complete you is giving away your power. Happiness is an inside job. Find happiness in the sacred now by discovering your inner temple, okay? And yeah, this card is saying, I am not looking for happiness outside of myself. Like, if I find it, great, but I am going within now. I'm on the inward journey now, and I'm not looking for the solution to my problems or to my dissatisfaction and looking at another person for that solution, or a job, or a place to live. Like, all those things are wonderful and we need them all. And you guys have victory at the center of your reading, and so you all are going to get them, right? But it's a matter of taking our power back and saying, these external things are not really what makes me matter, okay? We have Sagittarius IC. So getting out of this, kind of getting your power back, is going to help you tenfold, getting you out of the distraction of other people and thinking about the past and reminiscing about people that owe you an apology or did you wrong, or you need to have a conversation before you can move on, right? Spirit is saying, like, you know, sometimes we don't know, we can't get answers from people, and by continually holding a psychic block in the past, it's like taking a cement block and putting it in the past and saying, until this shifts or change, I can't really move on, right? But the problem with that is it doesn't really allow us, like, Sagittarius energy is like freedom and escaping, right? And getting free from the chains that bind you, and just being able to roam and go free where you want to be, pile number 2. And that is going to help your intuitive abilities. Like, when you get rid of that dead weight, that is going to help release you, all right? And we have Saturn return, age 50. Well, actually, Saturn return isn't right at age 50. I think it's in later 50s, but, or early 60s, actually. Your first Saturn return is, 28, 29, 30, right? So some of you guys could be going through, and if you're not that age, or you're not coming up on that, etc., or you haven't just gone through that, Spirit is saying, we have this energy with Sagittarius and Saturn. It's like expansion and contraction, right? And I feel like sometimes we do that with our happiness. It's like expand, contract based on what's happening around us, right? And Spirit is saying, all of this is kind of impacting your manifestations a little bit here, pile number 2. So You know, there's been some hard lessons, I feel like, around your intuitive abilities, or, you know, the people from your past, or the things that you feel kind of keep you in bondage. There's been some hard lessons around that for you, because you're dealing with these energies of these fire energies of wanting to expand and break free, but also having to pay attention to the limitations with Saturn here, okay? And let's go ahead and see. For those in pile number 2 that have a spiritual business, or are wanting to start one, can you show me here? Okay, we have the sun. It's like the sun coming out, right? Pile number 2. I was gonna say like that Elton John song, the sun going down on me, right? But no, I feel like the sun is coming up for you guys, right? It's the creativity, it's the happiness, it's the play that you really want to get into here. Yeah, and leaving behind, like this is 6 of Swords, just leaving behind like the over-identification and the over-analysis on the past and the way that things happened. Like instead of just being present, we can get really focused on, well, why this or why that? Or, you know, and Spirit is saying, just let that go for some really genius ideas, okay? Once you take that out of your mind, it's like the genius ideas are gonna start coming and coming, okay? And you have to create space for that, and that's what you're doing here, all right? That's what you're gonna do here, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and see what else here regarding their ideas to the max. Oh yeah, new money-making ideas. And for those of you that are just on the verge of starting your spiritual business, like congratulations. A lot of time, I feel like before we start a spiritual business, like we're put through hell. And, you know, it's like we go through hell to experience heaven at the end of it, right? And I feel like, you know, these lessons are for us to grow. But for those of you that have been through a period that just seems really trying and really difficult, take heart. Because that's when it's like, that's when things start happening. It's like you get the final test and you get a passing grade here, and then it's just about the ideas coming, the 1, 2, 3, the ideas. And 6 of Swords is a card of science, right? So it's like perfecting your craft mentally, right? Mental peace while protecting your craft. And with the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, it's like new money-making ideas, right? Being in the present moment, being able to play, being able to create, and getting some really phenomenal ideas in that moment, okay? And I do feel like for some of you, somebody may be here. Yeah, I was just feeling that. Someone may come through with some financial help for you, I feel like as well, pile number 2. And there may be people who want to invest in what you're doing, or who believe in what you're doing and want to help you. Either, you know, because it's not just money investment, it's time, right? It's like the people who will let you sit and do readings with them for free until you kind of get it, right? It's those people that, you know, to help, like when you're like, okay, I'm just learning. So, you know, can we just sit here and kind of do it, right? It's those people that kind of give you that chance to sort of play and experiment, right? And it's not just money, it's time, right? It's the people that give you their time to kind of sit down and go over a business plan with you, or to talk about, you know, where you're headed next, or coaches that would be willing to trade with you, right? Having trades and being able to kind of barter and trade with others and saying, well, I'm really good at this, you're really good at that, let's help each other, right? I am getting that vibe for you guys, pile number 2. That would be a really nice vibe for you guys. Let's go ahead and see. I feel like with this 3 of Pentacles, oh, there's the Chariot. There it is. There it is. Hell yeah. All right, here's where you're headed, pile number 2. All right. Yeah, you guys are going to take control, and you guys are like pedal to the metal, bitch, right? Like that's what you're doing, pile number 2. You're like, I'm about to put the pedal to the metal, and I'm about to ride this thing till the wheels fall off, all right? and you guys are ready to move. You're ready to go, right? And for some of you guys, you may be wanting to change where you live, etc., or maybe thinking about moving somewhere else. Remember what the card said about no matter where you go, there you are. Didn't Dr. Seuss write a book on that? No matter where you go, there you are. But it doesn't even matter where you guys are, because I feel like, look at you. You're gonna, it's like you're gonna push hard and you're gonna take charge and take control of your life. But yeah, it's like you guys are gonna be well recognized. People are gonna know you. They're gonna know your name, and you're gonna receive the recognition and validation that you deserve for what you're doing. Pile number 2, 6 of Wands, okay? Lots of get up and go, lots of fire. We gotta move it or lose it kind of energy here, but it's like it's gonna pay off, right? And look at this. Look at this 4 of Wands. Look at you guys enjoying what you've created, all right? Taking a lot of passion and joy in what you're doing, being very interested in what you're doing. I feel like some of you guys have done things before because you've had to with the Saturn energy, right? It's like you've done jobs that you've had to do, Capricorn energy. It's like, for some of you, you could have Capricorn in your chart, or you could have it in aspect to Venus, like Venus opposition Saturn, or Capricorn, Saturn on your ascendant, Saturn on your moon, right? But it's like you guys are finally, you see your Saturn lessons now. I feel like you guys have learned those, and now it's just about taking control and anteing up, okay? And what does pile number 2 need? Oh, look at this. So funny, right? It's like the star card was just hanging out. Right side up in the deck. Okay, there's the star card. So yeah, you guys are going to be well known. You'll be a household name. People are going to recognize you by the work that you do, pile number 2, okay? And you're going to bring people a lot of faith, hope, and healing through your work. Let's see what else here. Yeah, Queen of Wands. You guys are just creative. It's so funny because when I ended pile number 1, it also had the Tower on the bottom of the deck. So, this is like you were ending your reading with the Tower on the bottom of the deck too. I feel like this is like the finger of God with the Tower saying, like we have mixed things up in your life and we have changed circumstances for you, pile number 2, so you can get to where you are today. And at times you may have hated those moments when things were really getting pulled out from underneath you, but it was to get you to this point so you could inspire, create, and motivate others to go after what they want, and so that you can fully unfold into the amazing creator and artist that you are. Okay, pile number 2. So thank you so much, my loves. I hope you enjoyed your reading, pile number 2. And I certainly enjoyed giving it. And we're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay, let's do it. Had to have a drink first. Pile number 3. Okay, let's get into it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Rose Quartz, and today's reading is for mystics, tarot readers, intuitives, healers, and artists. For those that have spiritual businesses or would like to at some point, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into your energy, pile number 3, and I'm going to put your beautiful rose quartz right here, and let's channel it in. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help me create space and wisdom, peace, and comfort for my beautiful pile number 3 so that I may channel into their energies. Namaste, okay? For you, pile number 3, I'm already feeling like it's creating space, physically, mentally, emotionally, creating the space where you can do your work and get in touch with your abilities. So let's go ahead and get into it. Soft, kind, loving space for yourself, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and see what is coming through regarding pile number 3 and a spiritual business or a spiritual business that they'd like to begin. We have Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Wow, yeah. It's you guys are going to become that messenger for harmony, balance, creating space, creating comfort. It's that Syrian energy, okay? So some of you guys could be starseeds resonating with Syrian energy, or you have a Syrian guide who is channeling through to you guys and is like a messenger that you can call upon when you're doing readings. For those of you that are intuitives, I am definitely going to recommend something that, I specifically talk to my guides about this, and I know for me personally, I have a guide that just is with me on my other channel, Power Moon Tarot, when I'm doing readings there. And it's a different guide than I feel like is with me on this channel. And I just want to talk about creating containers and space for a minute too, because I feel like you can create a space, pile number 3, and create containers here, and then ask that particular guide that wants to work with you in that space step forward and help you become a messenger for those particular messages, okay? Whatever your style is gonna be, whatever your abilities are, whatever your style of presenting it is, pile number 3, but create that space and ask for that energy or that guide for that particular space to come through, because and form a relationship with that. That's why I always say the little prayers at the beginning, because it's my way of dropping in and letting spirit know I'm here, I'm ready to read, and I am connecting right now. All right, so that is something I'm going to recommend for you guys too. Oh yeah, we have sensuality with the rose quartz. I'm just going to put that right on there, do a little magic for you guys. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I laugh, I love, I play. Aw, pile number 3, sensuality, wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light, okay? So maybe a few of you in this pile have an adversary, or 1 or 2 of them out of there, or you've had that in your life before, but I feel like who cares, right? About your adversaries, pile number 3. It's like you're going to be too busy creating and growing, dancing, loving, and laughing to really even care about your adversaries. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, we all have people that don't like us or don't like the work that we do or think that our work is crap or whatever. Like, I get that all the time. Not all the time, but I've gotten it before on Power Moon Tarot on my other channel. People with shitty comments, etc. It's like, oh, well, it's like, whatever. I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep enjoying this beautiful experience, right? And with this sensuality, I feel like we're connecting the heart chakra with the sacral chakra. It's like that creative energy with heart energy. So beautiful. The hummingbird. Okay, I'm just gonna look a little bit at the hummingbird here and see. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but there may be a message for you guys in here for our hummingbirds. And let's see. I'm kind of slow today. I feel like being slow, all right? Just going at my own pace, pile number 3. Okay. Hummingbird, when it's in balance, it's smart and curious and loves to learn. And to bring it into balance, you should actually take a class. So maybe some of you guys are needing to take a class from somebody, all right? Needing to upgrade a skill or take a class or get that mind going, get your curiosity flowing, right? And I feel like maybe that will help wake up your desire, your sensuality, your spirit of fun, right? The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation, right? This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but it usually involves nature, creativity, exploring spirituality. Okay, so maybe some of you guys need to take a class on spirituality, take a class on the Kabbalah, take a class on working with your spirit guides, take a class on, maybe some of you are in a class right now, and that class is really helping you and opening you up, and the wisdom is really coming through and speaking to you. And there are messages. I feel like a lot of times when we take classes, it's like, you're, at least me, I want to get the most out of them. So I'm like, okay, well, what is it here? What am I learning? What am I doing? Right? But at the same time, there's so much happening on a subtle level that we can't even we don't even realize all the magic that we're creating every day with just our participation in something, our permission. Okay, pile number 3. So I feel like you guys are kind of needing to kind of wake up your creative desires and your urges and your need to play and have fun, right? And to just kind of go with this rather than like, where is this all headed? Where is this all going? But just being curious about what you can do with it, okay? We have attachment, accumulation, defensiveness, and scarcity, all right? So this dragon here is watching over its treasure. It doesn't want anybody else to get near it. It's like gonna snap at you if you get near it. I don't know if you guys have ever had a cat hiss or, you know, take a swipe at you. I had that happen to me the other day. Anyway, if you've ever had that happen to you, you know what people are like when they're guarding their territory, right? And Spirit is saying when you're closed down like that and you're feeling like this is mine and I don't want any, you know, and you're just feeling a sense of lack that, you know, like whatever you do, it's not going to be enough. I feel like, you know, your guides are saying we have our hands completely, open up your hands because we have things that we want to give you both subtly, energetically, actual tangible things in reality. Like we have a lot of things that we want to bring to you and give to you, but open up your hands to the message, okay? Because some of you guys are getting very results oriented, I feel like, with this attachment. It's like you're very results oriented right now. And I think that's the way it is. Like when we have spiritual businesses and we start seeing results, we get really excited about that, or excited about the fact that people are into our work. And we're like, okay, I'm seeing results, right? And then you start getting like, well, this is a pattern that I always have to stick to then because people like it. And if I deviate from that, then people aren't going to like it. They're not going to want to buy or purchase my work anymore or be involved with what I'm doing, right? And that really triggers us into a mindset of, well, okay, I have to just stay where I am and I can't evolve, right? But Spirit is saying you need to create a new container. Ask your messenger, ask your guide to come in and feed you what you need from that space and just go play in it and see what the fuck happens, right? Here and now, right? Your true love is already a part of your life, all right? Whether that's a romance or a relationship or your spiritual work or your business or, you know, your heart space is full in the here and now, pile number 3. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. Wow, okay. All right. Let's see what that's about. And forgiveness, okay? Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. That's interesting because forgiveness came out in pile number 2 as well. But Spirit is saying, you know, when we hold on to regret and we hold on to resentment and regret, that takes us out of the here and now, okay? And I know for me, like, I don't know about you guys, but if you had a very hard time growing up and you didn't grow up with a lot of money and you had to do a lot yourself, you had to be like a dragon and go out and get it. I know, at least for me, sometimes I can be actually angry about the law of manifestation. Like I can be actually pissed off about it. And, you know, and it's like Spirit is saying, like, be in the here and now, because I feel like I get resentful about the law of attraction when I think about, you know, when I think about resentment a lot, because it's like, well, where was the law of attraction when I was out there hustling, doing everything that I could to make it happen? And yes, I did make it happen, but I feel like I made it happen on my own, right? And your guides are just laughing and they're like, you didn't do it all on your own. Like, we were here with you. Yes, you worked so hard and you have so much to be proud of, but we were there with you, guiding you, giving you the wisdom and the knowledge that you needed to proceed, right? So Spirit is, if there's anything, to bring up that example, pile number 3, what I'm saying is, you know, try to let go of resentment as well to the past, all right? We have November, so we could have some Scorpios up in this pile. Scorpios or Sagittarians here. But I definitely feel like there's some big abundance coming in for you in the month of November. Like, we're almost to the month of March, pile number 3. So hold tight, because I feel like it's coming in. November and December of 2021 are going to be big time for you guys. All right. And for some of you that are in relationships, I also feel like November and December are going to be a big deal. And this relationship is going to go deeper, more sensual. But for you, those of you with not here for a relationship, it's, you know, your business is growing and changing and evolving, and it's going to be really fruitful. And look at all these gifts. Okay. Spirit is bringing you gifts. Pile number 3. We have the winged messenger. Oh my God, it's so funny because we have the messenger here and then we have the winged messenger here. That is too funny. It says, creation, spiritual direction inspires my creative flow. All right, so there we go. So waiting for your guides here. But you know, I mean, our guides are here to support us and kind of point us in the right direction, but we're the ones who have to do the work, and we know that. That's part of being here. But you know, here we go. It says, this is Hermes or Mercury, so we could have some Geminis or Virgos here too. Hermes, the celestial guide and son of Maya, inspires creativity that is aligned with your visions. After all, dreaming is a form of planning. Wow, I love that. Dreaming is a form of planning. Your creative juices flow through meditation, transcendent connection, and focused intention. You may be an artist, a musician, a writer, a speaker, or something else entirely. It doesn't matter from what form your creativity takes. Surrender and delight in your imagination. Embrace your inventiveness. Forget perfection and instead immerse yourself in unique expression and authenticity. Oh yeah, pile number 3. Dance, laugh, love, create, and play. All right, I love that. You guys have 2 messengers showing up here. You have 2 months in a row, November and December. This is like, you know, boom, boom, big time. Oh, and look at this. We have Gemini, I think, and we have the messenger, which is traditionally Mercury, which is the planet that rules Gemini. Also, we could have people here that are creatives that work in social media, that work in writing, music, any kind of public speaking, all right? And this Gemini energy here is like opening your mind up, right? It's just opening your mind up to anything, to your guides, right? Not to anything, but to your guides. And we have part of fortune increase. Oh my God, wow. You guys are gonna be lucky, all right? This is increase, this is luck. November and December of 2021, it's coming, all right? The treasure is coming. And I know some of you guys have been waiting to hear that because money may have been tight. And you're like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this or if I'm going to keep going down this path because I don't know if I'm going to be successful. You may have been having doubts. But Spirit is saying in the here and now, enjoy yourself, laugh, create, and play. Take some new classes. Get curious, because the more that you get curious and expose yourself to ideas, it's like it's going to increase your fortune, okay? It's going to increase your fortune. So let's go ahead and see for my pile number 3s, what do they need to know? What do they need to know about their spiritual business or the one that they're going to be starting here? What do they need to know for my artists and creatives here too? What do I need to know here? Okay, 7 of Wands. It's been an uphill battle, right? It's been an uphill battle. And it feels like you guys have been the ones that have had to do everything here, and that, you know, you've been kind of doing it on your own and standing on your own here. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, some of you guys could have gone through some disappointments or rejections when it comes to your work, and you just feel like you keep fighting for it, but then you keep getting knocked on your butt. You keep getting people that are like, no, we don't think this is a good idea if you do this. We don't think it's a good idea if you go there or you try this, right? But it's like, you guys are just like, fine. Okay, fine. Whoever told you this or whoever did this, it's like, I'm just going to go do it on my own then. It's like, fine. I am tired of fighting. I'm tired of hearing no or rejection. I'm just going to go publish that on my own. I'm just going to go start that channel on my own. I'm just going to go be self-employed. I'm just going to go do this by self then. I feel like a lot of you are saying that. And if you are, I feel like, you know, it's leading to to victory here. I feel like a lot of you guys are like a little unsure, like you're like, I don't know if I did that, would that be okay, right? And here it is, it's permission, right? And I feel like it's because you guys, it's like you guys thrive well in environments where you can work with others, right? Where you can collaborate and get feedback on your work and work with others, and kind of going off on your own stoically feels a little bit different, I feel like, to you guys. And Spirit is just saying here, don't worry, you're gonna have plenty of opportunities to create and collaborate and work with others and get their views and insight. And what I see with the Three of Pentacles too is being a student again, taking more classes, learning a new style of art or whatever it is that you do, and getting real excited and motivated as a result of that, okay? And that being a real money-making jump-off point for you as well, pile number 3. Yeah, it's like you guys are going to be apprenticing, 8 of Pentacles, at something new here. And you're going to work on it day and night, I feel like. And you're going to be happy about doing that. You're going to be excited. And you're going to feel like, yeah, this could really be like this new change of direction or this new way of looking at things, right? And I feel like once you guys understand the big picture and how things are going to look different, then you can kind of go in and do the day-to-day work. And you guys don't even need really any supervision. You don't need anyone over your shoulder. You can actually go work independently and be very productive. It's at the beginning when everyone is kind of brainstorming and working together. That's the part that I think you guys still kind of want or need around you. But it's like once you have the vision, then you just go and create from it, right? And you have so much. We had the here and now. Nothing is more here and now than the sun, right? In that moment, once you have the vision and you can see like how things would be successful, right? And yet you've committed to it. It's like, then it's just a matter. Then you guys get in your flow. You get in your joy, you're getting your flow, okay? That's your sweet spot, pile number 3, okay? And I feel that's very important for you, is knowing where your sweet spot is. Knowing where you need a little bit of help with what you're doing, and when you need other viewpoints or ideas, and then, or collaborators or other people to kind of work with you on things, versus what is your sweet spot, okay? Where do you just flow and go naturally? And for some of you, this is going to be a new thing. This is a new thing that you guys are going to be conquering. I'm really excited. I feel very excited for you guys, okay? And some of you guys are like, oh, I don't know. You know, I've committed to this one thing. I don't know if I could go try to learn something new. We have strength on the bottom of the deck, though. Spirit's like, yeah, you can. You most certainly can. And I think a lot of you most certainly will, okay? And this is like you guys accomplishing a lot. It's like you guys get so busy and so drawn into what you're doing that it's almost like you lose track of time, and it's the end of the day, and then you're like, whoa, look at all the stuff I got done. It's so productive, right? And I feel like that's where you guys really zone in and do a good job. But you do need that sense of collaboration, that sense of bouncing ideas off of other people. And I do feel that some of you need a new you need to incorporate something new or a new skill into what you're doing. I remember, around, March, April of last year, I started taking classes on reading tea leaves. And I have had tea leaves in some of my tea leaf readings at the end of my tarot videos on my other YouTube channel. But I'll tell you, and I still love reading my own tea leaves, but I'll tell you what I really gained from that as a tarot reader is when you look at the cards and you see certain numbers or you see patterns or you see names, it really helped me increase my clairvoyance, okay? And I've always been very clairaudient, but my clairvoyance, I was always like, I don't know if I'm that clairvoyant, but I'll tell you what, after taking that tea leaf reading class and not having any of the cards there and just seeing the images, and seeing the pictures just kind of like take form, and being able to stare into a teacup for 30 minutes and just get information upon information upon information. 411 on my clock right now. What's the 411, pile number 3, right? What's the info? Then, it just opened up my clairvoyance in a totally new way. So I would really suggest just trying something, okay? Because I think it's going to give you deeper richness to what you're doing, pile number 3, okay? So thank you so much, my lovelies. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you loved your reading. I'm ending your reading on 411, pile number 3, and that just feels really, really fun. So take care, everybody, and bless you on your journey.